Coach Franco Says is a proud member of the Philippine Podcast Directory. Come check out the page on Facebook and listen to the amazing lineup of local podcasters this country has to offer. Find your audience with Podmetrics, your one-stop shop for podcast analytics, and it's absolutely free. Create an account and put in my code, Coach Franco Says, upon sign-up. It's that easy. Enjoy the features and thank me later. But wait, there's more. Podmetrics has teamed up with Lazada to make your shopping a lot easier and safer. There are links in the comment section on what I use to make content, and you can support this channel by purchasing those items with the links provided below. Okay, so now let's go to today's episode.
Here we go. Your Titos of Fighting are here, and we're going to talk about what happened this week in the realm of fighting. So I have my co-host JC Reyes and Carl De Mesa from DSTRY MNL. Please watch out for na-release na yung episode nyo with Jelly Bay.
Lapit na.
Lalabas pa lang.
Lapit na.
Diba? Ano yan? Antabayanan nyo po yan. Please.
Jelly Bulaong.
Jelly Bulaong is one of the best female
story.
MMA fighters that we produced, and she's getting better. She's very active, and you cannot say women's MMA without Jelly Bulaong. Okay, so please look forward to that. We're all looking forward to that. And let's get right to it. Please, Carl, Karate Combat and the best background ever.
Karate Combat
ever.
Season 2, Episode 3 and Season 2, Episode 4. Again, this is hosted by Basruten. Sa Season 2, they changed venues from
the real world to out of this world.
From outworld. No, from si Angkor Vat.
Okay.
To Scrap Park, which is now a Mad Max and Burning Man themed.
Grabe yun, no? Kasi Carl was explaining to us a while ago, it's like, sabi ko, hanep yung background ni Karate Combat. So for those who don't know what Karate Combat is, it's a pro league for Kyokushin Karate or Combat Karate. So
any kind of karate.
So it's straight up striking. They're inside this, hindi ko alam how to describe it. It's like a funnel.
It's like a
kind of
recessed arena or something.
Inside the dry swimming pool of sorts.
Oh, yun. Para siyang swimming pool.
Oh,
Para siyang mini swimming pool. So the combatants are inside, and then there's a referee, and then they just duke it out. So you can take down, you can ground and pound for like 5 seconds. Very exciting. Highly recommended combat sports to watch. Again, Karate Combat. I mean, you can never go wrong with Basruten. Tapos, ayan, Carl, what happened to some of the fights?
Yes.
We watched them.
Matindi yung Season 2, Episode 3. There are a lot of unanimous decisions, but they were all really high level striking. Ang mas maganda is the last one, which is headlined by Brazilian guy si Luis Rocha and a French guy si Elise Mardi. That was also a decision, but these guys were duking it out so much so that the audience, again, we gotta note that the audience in Karate Combat is curated.
Yes.
By that we mean they look like cosplayers.
Yeah.
Yes.
In the previous season,
As in, with makeup, with costume, with... I mean, it's a spectacle. It's a spectacle. Nung sabi ni
You
Carl sa
haven't
amin,
seen anything like it.
oh,
Never.
That's why I highly recommend. Sabi ni Carl, guys, you have to check this out. Para siyang Mad Max. So I watched it. I was like, puta, nga, no? Mad Max.
the women were in goggles, makeup,
yeah.
and some kind of pointy jewelry. Parang siya na Burning Man. Except, parang feeling ko hindi nga na brief yung cosplayers because they were obviously models and casuals.
Yeah.
Hindi sila na brief.
May nagsuntukan na.
Parang,
May dugo
sige,
na.
cheer lang kayo. Mamaya, like,
Ang daming...
Besh, akala ko.
Ang daming
Umiyak lang tayo.
Ang daming moments.
Yeah.
Oh my God, nagsusuntukan sila.
Hindi sila ready.
Hindi sila ready.
And here's the thing about Karate Combat fighters out. They're jacked. They're
They're obviously on
something, or they're just super athletes.
I don't know, they're all
on the rare occasions
G.I. Joe lahat.
diba? I see karate combatants look that way. As in, everyone's Photoshop.
Yeah.
Everybody's carved. Parang silang 300.
Para silang CGI.
CGI din.
Parang ako, sabi ko, kaya ba talaga nangyayari sa katawan ko pag nagkakarate ka lang? Parang,
Sabi ko nga, hindi naman ganun si Wonder Boy. Hindi
hindi
naman niya eh.
Eh bakit si
Machida nga
Showtime
parang
hindi
tapang minsan eh. Oo nga.
minsan ni Machida.
Karate.
Di ba nagkakarate sa MMA?
Diba?
Si GSP.
Well, teka lang.
GSP,
Sage Northcutt. Sage Northcutt. Medyo...
He's fucking 21 though. So, okay.
So, with the exception of Sage Northcutt, which is
and the sister of Sage Northcutt.
Pero grabe, napansin ko lang yun. Sabi ko, they're all jacked. Yung ang lalaki ng katawan nitong mga to. Karate ba talaga yan? Sabi ko, like, kung karate yan, ba't pa ako nag-MMA? Ba't pa ako nag-jiu-jitsu? Ba't pa ako nag-wrestling?
You're in the wrong,
I'm in the wrong sport.
You'd wonder kung divisions ba talaga nila yung nilalabanan nila.
Pero again, guys and girls, if you want to watch like straight up striking, you just want to get out of, Combat Sports Weekly cannot say enough
good things about this.
About Karate Combat and Lethway. So again, WLC Karate Combat. So
notably, Coach, yung second fight doon sa kanilang episode 4, si Stefanos Rupacas versus Daniel Viveros. Legal kasi ang takedowns. So this guy actually did a double leg and then he went to a body lock. And then he spiked his opponent kasi legal
Okay.
So predictably, hindi marunong lumanding yung Karate Combat opponent niya. Kumpas ang back of the head.
Okay.
And again, I was observing the crowd. They were like, akala ko fake to. Yeah.
Diba?
Even there was an old man, obviously fake yung beard niya, ganyan.
A fake old man.
dapat nila yan. Dapat gawin nilang pang-marketing na nila yung mga reaction ng crowd.
Yeah.
Tipong, these are the noobs who haven't seen the street.
Filthy casuals.
The casuals. And then let's see the reactions. Diba? Let's see casuals reacting to an actual fight.
Can we just say that we all love their uniforms?
Yeah.
Ang ganda
Karate Combat, please send us some of those
long belts, jogging pants, long belts, diba? MMA gloves.
Yeah.
Love it.
MMA gloves.
Okay siya.
Right.
I love it.
Moving on.
Okay. Moving on to the UFC, of course.
Yeah.
Before we get to the Brian T-City and Korean Zombie fight, unfortunately, our kababayan fell short on his UFC debut. Mark Streigl lost to Said Nurmagomedov. And it was in the first round, so not a bad effort on Mugen's side. I really hope that, and I really know he's gonna bounce back from this. I mean, come on, for all that was written about him. I'm like, come on, guys, it's his UFC debut.
Yeah,
the guy is starting. The guy came from COVID. He recovered. He had to go back to training. He needed to go back in fighting shape. He answered the call. Okay, so he answered the call. That's it.
He stood up.
He stood up. He rose to the occasion. So you can say whatever you want. He's not the perfect fighter, diba? Pero yun lang yun eh. If he lost, then he's probably got 2 to 3 more fights in him. Na for him, 2 to 3 fights for him to prove that he belongs to the UFC.
Contract.
Ayun, 4-fight contract. Normally ganyan yan eh. For your initial contract, 3 to 4 fights yan. So if he's one down, he probably has 2 to 3 more fights before the UFC decides to cut him or shelve him. So I really hope that he bounces back. Now, what can people learn from this loss? Number 1, okay, it's a clear indication of how high the level of fighting is when it comes to the UFC. Okay, so now
yung inches game talaga.
Yun na.
Wala nang margin.
Diba? So you lose an inch, you win an inch, you take all the advantages that you can. What happened was, ito yun eh, Mugen's always been the guy who would utilize his striking in order to bridge the gap and go for a clinch. It just so happens that the guy he fought was also a wrestler who probably did the same thing. Now, if they employ the same tactic, so more or less, Said probably knew what he was doing. And if you would study the tape of Mugen's past victories, yun yung sequence niya. Kahit ako, if I was Nurmagomedov's coach, I'll wait for that barrage and I'll wait for the attempt to clinch. That's exactly what he did. So what did Said do? He stepped to the side, cut his ankle, threw a left hook. That's how you counter a barrage like that. You angle out, you strike from the outside. That's what he did. Pumasok. And unfortunate, diba? And it also shows you the resiliency or the fight in Mugen kasi he got rocked. He was able to get a single leg pa rin. Diba? Yun nga lang.
Yeah. He took more to the ear.
Yeah.
Right. He took more shots, diba? So for everyone who wants to learn from this fight, number one, you have to brush on your boxing. You have to brush on your striking. So you need to know how to punch. You need to know how to kick. Aside from that, the next exactly
distance.
Yun, diba? Exactly. So that's the next level of learning. Okay, distance management, how to gauge your distance, how to bridge the gap. Okay, and then syempre, ito yan of all whoever I impart or share my techniques with, I always tell them, you always fight with your feet, not with your hands. So if you fight with your hands, your hands will show, papakita na yun hands can be predictable, right? Hands can be very predictable, but if you fight with your feet, you can work angles with you. Ito lang yun, he got caught, plain and simple, he got caught. That doesn't diminish any of his skill sets, but on Mugen's side, it's a clear indication of how important an MMA camp is.
A full camp
with a game plan for your opponent.
Yeah. So it's not just a camp; it's your training partners. That's the thing that COVID took away from him. He had limited training time. He didn't have that much access to training partners. He made do with what he had. He probably had to look for a gym, or he had to look for training partners.
I think because one of the possible reasons is yung gym where he trained is not his normal gym. So
exactly.
Everyone's new.
Diba?
Hindi natin alam paano sila nag-devise ng game plan after that fight.
So you have no, diba? He doesn't have the coaches that he's used to in his corner. Diba? So again, this is where a fight camp belonging to a team, the dynamic of relationships that you have with training partners come into play. Diba? So these factors, okay, they translate to your performance. So natalo si Streigl, natalo siya, pero hindi dahil sa hindi siya magaling. Hindi dahil sa hindi siya deserving.
He's good.
Okay?
He's a good fighter.
It's just that now he knows. Ako, I messaged him. Sabi ko, bro, it's not a bad outing. Now you know the level that you have to chase.
Yeah.
I messaged him. Sabi ko, now you know, diba? It's not na, bro, okay lang yan. You'll get it next time. No. Diba? It's me. Okay? It's me telling him na it's okay. But now you know the level that you have to chase. Now you get back to the drawing board, you get that feeling, and then you know the level that you have to be in order to fight.
Sometimes I think, coach, athletes don't really, parang they can only imagine so much until they get to the point.
Exactly.
The breakthrough is there, and now reality sets in. It's like, now you can imagine why Khabib and the other
why they're in an elite why are they elite level?
Bakit sila nandun?
Kahit naman ako in as much as how many I've defeated a lot of people, whether in striking or in grappling, ang dami rin tumalo sa akin. Okay, I've suffered so many losses, and the reason and the things that I benefited from those losses was I know who to chase. Now I know the level that I have to be in. So a loss in the UFC does not define your entire career. It's just the beginning. So I mean, I hope things get better, things get in order, and
I think I'm not exactly sure, but I think this is kind of like what happened to Ben Askren. Ang galing-galing niya before coming into the UFC. Ganda ng record and all. Then when he came to the UFC,
welcomed by Robbie Lawler, di ba?
Exactly.
Got knocked
down. Also still a weird finish.
Di ba? So
parang ganon. You were too comfortable. I guess he was too comfortable with the way he was fighting na nung nasa UFC na siya.
Kahit ako nga, to be honest. To be honest, in this platform and in our show, para sa akin okay nga na ang debut ni Streigl talo because now, di ba?
Yeah, he knows what to do next.
No, now he knows what to do, and sky's the limit na ngayon. Tapos na ngayon. Tapos na lahat ng expectations sa'yo ngayon. Tapos na. Diba?
Relax ka na dapat kasi talo ka na eh.
Now you can just now everyone can just shut the fuck up and then they can all say na, see, we told you. See? Diba? He's not cut for it. Now that's
it's his turn to say
now it's his turn.
I told you I can.
Diba? Now it's his turn to prove the tractor's wrong. It's his turn to prove them na, diba? And tell them na, fuck you all, I belong here. I can win. Kasi ito yun eh. If he won, tapos yung next fight niya, doon pa siya natalo. Parang, isipin ng mga tao ngayon, chamba lang pala yun.
Sinuwerte ka lang doon sa
Sinuwerte, diba? Sinuwerte ka lang. Versus, he lost now. And then he starts winning he gets win 1, 2, 3. Now people are gonna think, okay, so probably the first loss was just like jitters lang pala yun. Diba? Jitters lang pala yun.
Also, if you think about it, most of the Pinoys na dito nagte-train, yung UFC debut nila were all losses.
Yes.
And then, at least, may mga nanalo din after that.
Yeah.
So, yan. We're
we're
being shown
rooting
the
for
door.
you.
We're being shown the door na, okay, Pinoys,
I'm sure you can
Filipinos
do better
have
next
the capability to, diba, get to the door of the UFC. Now, since we're there, the next stage would be to stay there.
To prove that
so
you
yun
deserve to be there.
Which is much harder, obviously.
Which is definitely a lot harder. Ako, I tell that to everyone. I mean, yan, sino ba yung mga message ko noon? Sila Gab, sila CJ, diba?
Janelle.
Si Janelle naman kasi, Janelle, hindi pa kami masyadong magkakalala ni Janelle. Hindi pa kami close.
Ba? Yung dalawang lakay.
Sino ba yung dalawang?
Ediva, tsaka si...
si Ediva. Ediva was there earlier.
Roldan, Sanchaan.
Roldan Sanchaan. Sino UFC na ba si Sanchaan?
He was one of the first,
nga
diba?
pala,
Before sila Gab.
Nag-fight, nag-performance of the night pa ata yun, or
I think so. Maganda yung laban
yun. So again, we're capable of doing it. Now, Mugen's side, definitely improve your striking. Use angles. You have to be more loose. You have to be more relaxed when you're there.
Kasi I don't know, can't do what you're used to anymore. Sadly.
Diba? Tapos ayun lang yan. I really hope na
could
on
just
his
be
next UFC jitters yan. First time. Debut jitters yan. And then on the next on his next fight, he's more prepared.
He was fighting a Nurmagomedov. I don't know.
Well, Cage Ross is real daw, sabi ni GSP. So,
ano yan? Ano lang yan? For sure, it's everything. Diba? It's everything coming into play. It's the emotions, the physical. So I really hope na on his next fight, he gets more preparation. He gets the right people on his camp. He gets a full camp, and he's stronger. So,
he's already in there. I'm sure he's gonna do everything to stay
he's
there.
I know that he's gonna get better at this. I just hope that he gets the right coaches and the right training partners for this. Okay, so
main card.
I love the main card. The evolution of Brian Ortega.
Grabe yun. With this
Can we talk about Jimmy Cruz?
See Brian Ortega when they shaved off his hair.
Nag-donate pala siya ng
for anong cause?
Charity
charity yun eh. Pero it's like, grabe yung performance niya.
That dude is really good. Nagpalit siyang cap, diba?
He improved
Nagpalit
his
siya ng camp. Si Henner lang tinira niya.
Okay.
Yep. Kasi he realized na parang I think a huge chunk of it was the Holloway fight na he didn't really know how to strike or he needed to improve. He needed to evolve.
Well, in fairness, it was
Ang ganda ng striking niya ngayon.
Actually,
ang ganda ng striking.
The way he caught that,
the spinning
elbow
na yun, grabe.
Good timing. That was perfect timing. Good execution. The momentum shift was there. Na pasalubong. Korean Zombie's face was coming in. He went for the spin, elbow, knocked the guy down. Pero ito yun.
Grabe.
Normally, people would go out. Pero Korean Zombie just went down.
His Korean Zombie does not change whether it's knocked down or is rushing. It's like
wala talaga.
Zombie, man.
Wala talaga. Grabe
Interesting
siya.
enough, he said he doesn't remember round 3,
4, 5.
Grabe.
Ibig sabihin na knocked out na talaga siya and he was just going forward.
He was a zombie in those rounds.
zombie.
He went zombie mode. He was on autopilot.
Si Brian actually watched, obviously, the Yair fight because of that spinning elbow, no?
Tsaka I love the leg kicks. He was utilizing his range. He knew
I didn't know he had leg kicks.
Hindi, ngayon, it clearly shows that
siya.
he made good use of the time that he had during the break. He was probably training. He was probably improving on his striking. Kasi before, people would just think na he would box and then go put the fight to the ground, take the fight to the ground, tapos wala na. Pero ngayon,
I mean, that's what he did with Frankie, di ba?
Dito just went striking all the way, and he was comfortable. That's the most important part. He was comfortable striking. I love the leg kicks. He was doing oblique kicks, front kicks. He's more comfortable kicking now. Yun yung napansin ko. He's a lot more comfortable kicking now. And
it's a very different Brian.
I wanted it kinda to hit the mats, but I guess they were
it will be interesting. Pero he was able to take him down eh. Pero kasi si Korean Zombie was able to stand up.
Ang galing, no? Ang galing.
Yun yung grabe. So if Korean Zombie cannot remember rounds 3, 4, 5, how the hell was he able
to get
up from the takedowns, di ba?
Ang galing eh. Naku masabi.
Zombie
there was
mode talaga.
Notably, I think also parang nag-military service kasi si Chang Song Jong. Pero wala siyang training.
Pero grabe pa rin yun. Antibay na lang. So he was on autopilot 3, 4, 5 and he was punching and kicking. So again, that was a really good
featherweights
fight.
Do not want to go up against that dude who's just asleep.
And then now
still fighting.
Now who's gonna fight another? I think Brian Ortega wants a rematch with Holloway. Feeling ko.
Yeah.
And then he gets Volkanovski if he wins.
Possibly. If he beats Holloway, then title fight is gonna be. Kasi yun din na-realize niya na he needs to fight. He needs to improve his striking in order to fight Volkanovski.
Yes.
So I think that's gonna be the path for him. Holloway and then Volkanovski.
I'm just glad Uncle Dana is not doing Volky versus Max 3.
Oo nga eh. Pero
absurd,
kasi tsaka I don't know, parang would people want that? Diba? People would probably want
I mean, if Max improves,
I don't want this. Like,
pero parang wala na si Max I don't know. He's not there anymore, I think.
Ano pa, nag-enjoy pa sa Hawaii.
Sa surfing niya.
Sa surfing niya, di ba?
Oh my God. I would too,
Bagong chicks ngayon, di ba? And then, upset of the, sino ba si Bellator? Si Cyborg lang naman. Cyborg naman kasi.
And that Aussie
chick. Yeah.
Diba, ito lang
yun. Natin basa mo naman.
Yeah. Sige. Daanan natin yan. Ito lang yun. Para sa whoever fights Cyborg's gonna beat that. I mean, disrespect, pero
there's no change in strategy. He's just bold, strike, and then against the fence, and then parang Paulo Costa, di ba?
That's it. Ako talaga,
Buenco.
Unless it's
Arlene Blenco.
Unless it's a Holly Holm or an Amanda Nunes.
Yun talaga yung pinaka-interesting Amanda Nunes. Wasn't she calling, sabi nyo nga, for cross-promotional? That's never gonna happen, man.
That will never happen because it's gonna be more beneficial for Bellator than for UFC.
For UFC.
Tsaka ito lang yun eh. Ako talaga, the way Amanda Nunes demolished her, parang
there was no contest in that, man.
Yeah.
Wala talaga, wala. Tsaka, ito yun eh. The thing to, I mean, this is like a good prelude to our next fight breakdown. The moment you realize that the moment you're not afraid of your opponent, wala na. Malaking factor yun. A lot of people who fought Cyborg kasi were all afraid of Cyborg.
Kasi
the reputation of Cyborg. Tama.
And then here comes Amanda Nunes that goes like, fuck you. I'm not afraid of you. Diba?
Grabe si Amanda, no? When you realize how dominant she is.
And how good she is.
How good she is.
Yes. And speaking of good, the upset of the week, just Lord.
Tell me what happened, guys.
I watched the whole fight.
I watched the whole fight.
Actually, ang usually kasi si Vasily Lomachenko.
Ay, teka lang, JC. For those who, let's put this into context. Teofimo Lopez dethroned Vasily Lomachenko, and now he is the unified lightweight champion. So he now has WBA, WBC, IBF, WBO, and even the Ring Magazine lightweight belt. So JC, please.
Yeah, so unfortunately
Saktan ako ng Loma.
Vasily Lomachenko lost to the younger guy. Kasi si Vasily Lomachenko, if you know him, you know how he fights. In the early rounds, i-gauge niya yung kalaban, just like most boxers. Most technical boxers do that. They try to pick apart their opponents in the first 2 rounds at least. Lomachenko took until round 7 to do that. My golly! How did that happen? Tapos, so,
was there something weird happening? Oh, wala naman.
I don't know eh. Hindi makapasok si...
Hindi makapasok.
Lomachenko could barely go inside Lopez's defense. Tapos being the challenger, si Lopez was the aggressor almost the whole fight. Then from round 7 up to at least round 11, dun medyo yun na. Ito na yung Lomachenko natin na napapanood. Yun lang, round 12, I guess dun yung deciding factor. Kasi sa round 12, at least more than half of round 12 was all Lomachenko. Kaya lang pagdating sa dulo, Lopez was really relentless na. I mean, he showed that he really wanted to win. So, pero what the heck was 119-109 score?
Grabe yung 119-109 na yun. Kahit ako napaisip ako.
That judge only gave Lomachenko 1 round.
Ako naman,
really? Just 1 round?
One round lang. 1 round lang binigay niya kay Loma.
Yung ibang judges at least may take 3 rounds sila for Lomachenko. But that one round.
Matindi naman yun.
I gave like round 7 to 11 to Loma. 6 siguro. 6 is iffy. 6 could go either way. Pero definitely
6 and 2 could go either way.
2 is Loma.
Kaya sa akin either split decision yun to whoever or draw. That was
here's the thing for people na if you're here's like boxing 101. If you're the champion and you're defending your belts, your only job is to defend. So when you say defend, as in like not get hit. That's the bare minimum.
So if you play evasive,
technically you're defending. That's why if you're the challenger, there's more pressure on you kasi you have to show the judges that you're aggressive, that you really want to take it, that you're gunning after your opponent. Yun. So in terms of ring tactics, I think Lomachenko was doing it right. However, 100% agree to JC's point. It took him a long time. It took him a long time to like download the sequences and get the rhythm and get a momentum going. To Lopez's credit, he didn't allow Lomachenko to set up. As in, one thing I really enjoyed watching.
Lomachenko was dangerous.
I enjoyed the way he cut his angles. Lomachenko would always love to shift to the right. Lopez cut it off. If you get to watch the fight again, look at the foot placement ni Lopez and ni Lomachenko. So for example, very simple observation: if Lopez's lead foot was on the outside, it didn't allow Lomachenko to pivot towards his right. Whereas if Lomachenko, like nakita mo yan, around 7 to 10 or 11, Lomachenko's foot was outside, so he could pivot to the right immediately, and he was able to throw his combinations. These are like really, really small adjustments. Another thing that broke Lomachenko's rhythm was the utilization of jabs by Lopez, and he mixed up his tactics. I like
the body shots.
The body shots. The body shots in the earlier rounds was something that most of Lomachenko's opponents didn't really do. Okay? If they ever did it, it wasn't a lot. Because now, the earlier rounds 1 to 6, or rounds 1 to 5, Lopez was dominating based on jabs and body shots. And then towards the second half, his body shots shifted na. It wasn't just the straight body shots. Body hooks na siya. It was hooks to the body, and then he would elevate it to hooks in the head, and he would throw uppercuts in the middle. Yun yung lumari kay Lomachenko. For me, it caught him off guard, and then he was able to experience the power over Lomachenko's side. 14-month layoff was clearly evident on this one.
Okay.
clearly evident on this one, and it showed. Yun lang, ring rust is real.
It sounds like si Lopez was playing an interrupting game kasi alam niya na yung
yeah.
laro ni
broke his rhythm,
And
imposed his game.
I guess Lomachenko got overwhelmed kasi nobody has done that to him in a while.
And he was able to sustain the pace. That's one thing about Lopez. He was able to sustain the pace from round 1 to round 12. That won him the fight.
Medyo sa dulo, naubusan siya ng konti ng
12, nag-fade siya.
Diba?
Like, a little bit of 10, halfway through 11, and then the second half of 12. Yeah, medyo nag-fade siya doon.
Unfortunately, hindi na exploit ni Lomachenko yung part.
Sorry, first half of 12 pala. First half of the 12th round.
Maybe if Lomachenko was able to exploit that, baka gumanda-ganda yung chances, yun nga lang wala.
So ano bang next for Lopez? Kasi para meron siyang kino-call out di ba si two division email champion. Basta meron siyang kino-call out na isang pangalan, I forgot Pero meron niyang balak, so I think he's probably gonna fight that guy, and then he'll probably do a rematch with Loma. I think that's a good route to go. Parang diba?
Lomachenko took a pay cut just to get the fight to happen.
Parang mga 20 or 30%
tapos talo siya.
Well, I mean, it means that Lomachenko really wanted the fight to happen kasi the promoters didn't want to give Lopez the money that he wanted from for that fight to happen. So sabi ni Lomachenko, okay, mangyari lang to, okay, sa'yo na yung portion ng purse ko, whatever. So,
the money. Kasi mayaman na siya.
Pero it's gonna be more for a very competitive guy like Lomachenko. This is just gonna make him better.
Speaking of mayaman, are we giving credence to the news of Conor versus Manny? Is that for real?
Ako until it's a signed
it's like
deal, and then there's media, there's a press tour.
Ang ingay kasi niya diba? Fucking Conor.
They're looking at the pulse of the people. They're trying to feel the public muna. If there's clamor, if there's demand for it, it will happen. I mean, it's gonna be in Saudi Arabia.
Supposedly he's fighting Dustin so he can get used to a southpaw.
Which is weird.
Which is weird.
Tsaka naman what do you call it? It's for charity. So
it is for charity, yeah.
Diba? And then after that, he's gonna fight Pacquiao. That's gonna be a big money fight, I'm pretty sure. So, So ako, diba? More,
going back a bit sa Teofimo Lopez pala. His next fight would possibly be Devin Haney. For some reason, Devin Haney was promoted as now the WBC lightweight champion.
Basta he's good. They don't like each other. It's okay.
Yeah. He didn't win, which is weird kasi dito is Devin Haney didn't exactly win that title. He won the interim title. Pero when WBC promoted Vasily Lomachenko to a franchise champion, that in turn made
how do you get promoted to a
WBC can do it.
Boxing promotions can do
it. Is
it
the BMF belt in boxing?
Yung franchise champion thing na yan started with the Canelo
like
Alvarez.
WWE, bro.
They gave that to him. Para I think the explanation was that
pang-boost na stock nila yan or
stock nila.
Yeah, if they give you the franchise champion belt, you're not required to defend.
Yeah.
So it's yours for free?
Pero in fairness,
I mean, you can choose whoever you want to fight, parang gano'n.
Pero in fairness ako, I like the WBC trainer's belt Yung tuwalya. Basta tuwalya para dun sa may belt ka pero naka-tuwalya. Ang galing. Yung trainer yung dad ni Lopez meron. Binigay sa kanya after he won the WBC trainer's belt. Ang galing, nakakatuwa. So, what else do we got? I think we covered everything.
This weekend, what fights do we have this weekend?
About this weekend?
We can preview 254, Khabib versus Gaethje.
Yes. It's this Sunday.
So it's Khabib, Gaethje, Whitaker, Cannonier, Volkov versus Walt Harris, which is what I like. Tapos, balik na si Ion the Halkotelaba versus Magomed Ankalaev. Yan ang hinihintay ko.
Grabe, no? Tumayo yung Gaethje tsaka Khabib. Tapos,
diba?
yung undercard.
Tapos, nilabas pa niya yung, napanood niyo yung tribute nila sa tatay niya, no?
Para kanina sa tatay niya.
Ayun. Tatay ni Khabib.
Cartoons. Like,
Grabe yun. Di ba? May ganon. It's added motivation. It's added drama.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's gonna be amazing. We're gonna watch it. Please don't block us. Yes.
Yep. Please.
We won't play the sound at all.
Okay, wala akong sound. Pero,
I-mute namin.
Sige, we're gonna do it outside. We're gonna do a review outside. Na walang sound.
Another interesting pala na matchup on Sunday sa Khabib fight is Stefan Struve versus Tuivasa. Kasi I thought Tuivasa was... I thought he got released already, di ba? Earlier
I
this
did
year.
actually.
Mid-year, he was released.
Because ang dami niyang losses, di ba? 3 na ata. Or 4.
So, ngayon, balik na siya.
Balik siya. He got resigned. Baka wala kasing fighters, tas kailangan ng fighters. Ayan.
Balik ka na lang.
He's the only one who said yes.
We need fighters. Come here. You're in the States already. Come here. Okay, so
yeah.
Ano pa?
What do you guys like? So let's kind of
Ako, I'm super torn on this fight. Super torn.
Actually.
Gaethje has a fighting chance.
Yeah.
Oh,
Gaethje
he's a
has
fine
better
wrestler.
striking.
Damn.
Gaethje has a better striking. That's one thing that is going to be to his advantage. Kasi now we're gonna see Gaethje's wrestling because it's gonna be put to the test. Kasi there's no, without a shadow of a doubt, Khabib will try to take him down. It's just a matter of.
I wonder what Khabib's game plan would be.
Yeah, because I don't see Gaethje being kept down.
Yeah.
We'll never know. We don't.
Yeah,
kasi
we'll never know. I just can't imagine it, man.
Kasi we haven't seen Gaethje wrestle inside the cage. We don't know.
The people are dead before they get to wrestle.
So we don't know how he's gonna react. And then ito yun we don't know how he's gonna handle the level of wrestling of a Khabib Nurmagomedov.
Yeah. And they both know each other. So like, they're teammates.
So this is gonna be very, very interesting. And then Trevor Whitman is on Gaethje's what do you call this? Corner.
Yeah.
So he's gonna be a more patient. He's gonna be a more calculating fighter. Kasi ako, my formula for beating a fighter like Khabib, like take him to the later rounds. Take him in the later rounds. Use your jab, chop his legs.
Tama.
Diba? Just
because he cuts a lot of weight, coach.
Yeah.
Yeah. Take him to the.
He's a welterweight kasi talaga.
Oh.
Diba? So take him on the.
He was a heavyweight.
Although.
Diba? Take him to the third.
Actually,
take him to the third.
Take him to.
Although, how would grieving Khabib perform?
Grieving Khabib is gonna be
actually
either highly motivated, diba?
Or honor. Still grieving.
Or honor.
For the honor Dagestan.
Diba? Or his heart is not into it because he's missing his father. Diba? Because his father has
Kasi parang I think when his father passed away, he suddenly became the head coach of his team na.
Yun na.
Taken from his dad.
Yep. So now he is father MMA, diba?
He is father. He is Dagestani MMA.
So I think that's gonna be added motivation kasi now he's father MMA. He needs to show people how it's done.
Figurehead na siya.
So yun. So we'll see. This is gonna be very, very interesting.
I like it.
Alam mo yun?
Very exciting.
Super look forward to this. Okay, Mr. Short Notice Fight. Kita mo diba, Mr. Short Notice Fight. Rolando Gabriel D is gonna fight again in Brave against parang this guy from Bali MMA
Okay.
I really
this is I think for the number one contender.
Yes, this is for the number one contender.
Nice.
For the lightweight
championship,
who's currently being held by Brazilian Clayton Silva. Yeah,
so we're rooting for you, Gabdi, Mr. Short Notice, Mr.
No training partners,
Mr. 2 weeks notice, Rolando Gabriel D. We wish you the best. So that's it for us in this week in the realm of fighting. JC, final words, please.
for continuing to support us. Thank you for your wonderful feedback sa mga episodes namin. I know we're actually doing it very different now from when we started, pero hopefully you like this better. And if you want us to talk about, any fights, any upcoming fights, let us know. When we post on the group, on the MMA groups, just leave a comment there and let us know what you think of our show as well.
Thank you. I'll say the same. Thank you for telling us what you guys want to see. So ngayon, it's actually easier on us because we don't need to do everything on everything. It's actually very tiring, guys.
Yeah.
But as much as we do love MMA, we like serving the community better. And obviously, next week the really big thing is Khabib versus Gaethje, and we'll try to run down everything because that fight card is stacked afterwards.
Yes.
Sana hindi lang kami ma-take down. Talagyan na lang ni Coach ng silence din sa aming footage. But what we'll do is at the bar or wherever, we'll do the pre-fight breakdown there.
Sa walang sound.
Walang sound, di kami mahuli. Uncle Dana, pasensya na. Oh, by the way, JC's boy Hamzat was beside Uncle Dana in the last Korean Zombie versus and I would really like to know what they were talking about. Is it Tarantil or is it Jorge?
Interesting.
Right?
Yeah, I really want to know what who's he gonna fight next.
It'll be very, very interesting. So very, very exciting week ahead in the realm of combat sports. So everyone, again, I would like to thank everyone again for tuning in and watching us. Now, as always, the aim of the show is to educate and spread awareness to people with regards to all the fights that you watch, so that you have a better appreciation of what you see the next time. So, on behalf of my co-host here, this has been your Titos of Fighting. This has been Combat Sports Weekly. We'll see you.
Combat Sports Weekly.
Yes. We'll see you on the next episode. Bye-bye.
Coach Franco Says. We'd like to thank our partners for making this episode possible.
Be in the moment. Have that faceless emotion. Beware the robot face. I am Knots and Crosses. Place your orders on their Facebook and Instagram pages. Promoting community and culture, just good vibes in the local jiu-jitsu scene. Visit Ikaro Collective at ikaro.ph. Simply Better Dentistry, the best dental service in the heart of Makati. Visit the Santos Dental Group and Oral Surgery Center. Book an appointment on their Facebook page. You gotta get rid of bacteria and viruses. Get Nano Silver Immune Support Supplement. Order your bottles on their Facebook and Instagram pages. For local martial arts news here in the Philippines, visit Local MMA on Facebook. And of course, this episode was recorded with my brothers from DSTRY MNL. So that's it, everyone. I hope you enjoyed this week's combat sports news, and we enjoy making this for you. So I hope you learned something, and we're gonna see you on the next episode. Bye-bye.